Right, Matt, starting a tour here of the house so you can get a picture of what it looks like now anyway. Here's the inside the front door. A friend helped me get the TV hung up there so we get it out of the way. And moving around the room, out onto Russet Street through the front window. The fish happily ensconced there. And you can see the drapes. I think I set pictures of them for you. And these are just so silly. I just had to put them back up. These are two of the maybe 20 signs the realtor had calling out there what they thought were big features. So imagine, you're not gonna, I guess if you follow this, you're not gonna be going to Hawaii. You'll be coming here to be in this living room. And then there's this one. This is really a stretch, but imagine putting a fireplace in, because then you can say romance. Anyway, more silliness. So there's the rug rolled up because I did my first dancing here. I vowed not to dance until I had the house in order to have it be company ready. So there's I think it's 12 by 18, and the refinished floor is beautiful. The guy did a fabulous job for almost nothing. So that's it. Here's a really cool feature. This is an original antique doorbell. My genius dance friend Paul thinks he can get it fixed and working again. This is the picture, the one thing from my grandmother's home where I spent half of my growing up years, at least half of the time there in Roseburg. And here's what the bedroom looks like now. Try to go slowly so you can capture it. So just enough room for the bed and a nightstand. And the drapes are really good for keeping out the light and saving energy. And this would have been a problem, the 1940s style closet, because people back then didn't have clothes to speak of, very few. But I'll show you if we get to the basement how that's been remedied and why this house works for me. So here's the other bedroom, which is an office for now, and then this area over by the windows, I plan to have a guest bed for you and whoever else might want to hang out here. So probably need to get rid of the bookshelf there, because I don't need bookshelves for the books that I have. I'm not reading them. So little closet here, just like the other one. And this cupboard here is a really good one because it's deep and has a hidden another one up at the top, which can hold a lot of stuff, although I don't want to acquire more stuff. Bathroom. Oh, here's a cool thing. We resolved the this item here, toilet paper holder, resolved the problem of this too small a bathroom for this vanity, the bathroom vanity, and not really room for toilet paper. So looking back, I'll try to give you a shot at it. So it's what it looks like here. This is a thing one of my childhood friends gave me 20 some years ago. He's he was a doctor and led the medical self-care revolution in America, Tom Ferguson. But I like the idea of life being splendid. And you can see here behind the curtain of the shower, it looks out onto the backyard. I don't know if you can see, I'll put it up against the window so you can just see a little bit. The trashy next door neighbor to the right. It's kind of like West Virginia. My plan is to get some foliage that's not like bamboo that grows forever and takes over, but to serve as a screen there. Okay, so moving right along into the kitchen, the refrigerator, and my fabulous coffee brewer that I got from Gail. And she's bought stock in that company, which is probably gonna make her a bunch of money one of these days. Anyway, here's the kitchen and all of the cabinets that I got the inside painted of. I think I showed you that with photos before, but they're really abundant kitchen storage. So that's one thing that's remarkable for a house this old, that it has that much storage space. So there's the bottom, and then the top. And this countertop was the biggest super challenge of all, but eventually I resolved it, and now it's a really good functional and attractive counter, as opposed to raw wood that just got soiled every time I looked at it. And my friend Paul solved the leakage problem on that, so this is all working well. Small, but it works. And then the eating area, this is a table that could go even smaller. I found a wonderful, fabulously well taken care of and well made table for very little money. And it's got a couple more leaves so you can have company. So here's out the kitchen side window onto the driveway and the next door neighbor. Okay, now we're gonna go downstairs. Not much light, but I should have turned it on before I came down, but I didn't think of that. And I don't know if you saw the strips. I had to put the strips up so I didn't bang my head on them. So here's the work area, which is a really nice bench, so it's easy to do projects and do fix-up things now that I've got it all straightened up. I can do those very quickly. Here's the area where I'm still sorting a few things, but most everything's pretty well put away. I can get some more lights on, that'll help. Let me do that. And then I'll show you the thing here's this is a nice wine storage area and other things. And here's what made me able to live in this house, because the basement is dry and clean, so I can store these down here. I'll get a cover for them so they won't have any dust. But nice spacious basement with good floor and drainage in the event that every now and then something happens and it runs off there. And here's the old-fashioned utility sink where the overflow from the washing machine goes out to the sewer. And the dryer that I got fixed, and it's working fine and all hooked up. So that's the basement. And I'll walk up and keep this going so we don't have to make several videos, and walk outside and give you a tour of the yard. The yard turns out to have been terribly dandelion infested, and because Gail got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer, which is fatal, from us using Roundup out in the country on the place for all the blackberry vines that used to be there. I'm reluctant to use that kind of stuff here. So as you see I don't know if you can see all the holes. Each one of those was a single dandelion plant. I've got a really good tool that I can do standing up and slowly pick them. Well, here's a patch where you can see one at a time. And what I've done is I started by just getting the ones that were about ready to put off seed. So I've got about half of it done and hoping to get the rest of them done before I go off to Arizona and San Diego next week. So here's the big bonus. I've not been able to give this away, surprisingly, the chicken coop, but one of these days we'll get a project and have some friends help me tear it apart. So this space is really nice here. When it's above freezing, I can sit outside and enjoy the area. This light is handy here. It's an automatic instant on, like my back door porch is now, thanks to Paul. And then here we are in I should have opened the door, but you probably can't see much in here, but I'll try anyway. But plenty of room for stuff now. And then after I get the garage door opener fixed, Paul thinks he can do that too. So he likes technical challenges. So if he can fix that, then I'll be able to keep the car in the garage. So that's the back, and we'll go around to the side. Nice neighbor Anthony on this side. He looks like he's out for the evening. And here's the front. The front didn't have nearly as many dandelions, so it wasn't quite so hard to get the bad ones out right away. I think they probably treated it with insect or whatever you call it, pesticide, not pesticide, but here's some pretty flowers here that are starting to bloom, and that's the main ones here. And then there's a rhodie bush that's going to look really great in about a week. This here, and there'll be some I don't know what these flowers are. There's some nice plantings in here that will show up in a few weeks, I think. So here's this is the original doorbell that for the 1940s, and here's the one for now that doesn't work either. So that's all for now.